have on some dangly earrings, and I think they just look amazing because you could just really see the difference of the surgeries.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most jaw-dropping transformations these reality show plastic surgeons have pulled off, all to fix botched surgeries, accidents, and medical disorders.
A year ago, I didn't know what the future would hold for me, and here we are today. I mean, it's incredible.
Number 10, Takima. This lady strolled into a hospital in Mexico for a simple tummy tuck and walked out with a lot more than she bargained for.
And about 3 years ago, lost some more weight, but then I started noticing my skin was very flabby, and so I decided to go down to Mexico and get surgery.
Her routine tummy tuck turned into a Brazilian butt lift, which snowballed into getting butt implants. Unfortunately, these implants began compressing an important nerve, which caused her serious pain. Worse yet, her butt was left so misshapen that she nicknamed it her Dunkum Derriere, because they looked like a pair of basketballs.
I want these things out, and I want to have my butt back again, right? I had one before, so I know it still has to be there.
Thankfully, the botched doctors stepped in, removed the implants, and gave Takima a proper butt lift. It ended up a bit flatter than she had hoped, but at least this derriere won't be getting dunked on anymore.
My butt, and it's so natural and normal, and it moves and it shakes, and I don't have pain, and I feel confident about myself.
Number 9, Raji. In the mid-2000s, after Raji began her transition, she wanted a more feminine appearance.
I'm a transgendered person, and usually when you're transitioning, hormones only do so much. Right.
So she opted for filler injections in her face and turned to someone she believed to be a local doctor. But instead of silicone, what Raji got was a cocktail of concrete, tire sealant, mineral oil, and glue, which soon hardened and gave her face a droopy look.
So I went to get my face done first.
What did she inject first?
Well, concrete.
Eventually, she made her way to Botched and through a series of surgeries, had most of the concrete removed. Although the lumps resurfaced after a while, causing Raji to return to the show, the doctors managed to get rid of them and gave her a lift, both in her looks and her love life.
I remember your anatomy like it was yesterday. So I know what the inside of you looks like.
Wow.
Number 8, Crystal. Unwanted facial hair is a common concern, but for Crystal, hers came with a very unexpected twist. As a child, Crystal was attacked by a dog and lost a significant chunk of her face.
I was 9 years old. My grandfather was holding the dog. I was actually pretty terrified of the pit bull. All I remember is black.
To fix this, doctors replaced the missing flesh from her face with a skin graft from her groin. Things appeared normal for a while, that is, of course, until Crystal began growing actual pubic hair on her face. Talk about a hairy situation.
It's interesting why they chose it from the groin, because there's so many places. They could have done the back, the abdomen.
Correcting such a mistake could have easily gone wrong and left Crystal looking even more disfigured, but the skilled botched doctors did so without ruining her facial structure. Now she can confidently drop her daughter off at school without feeling overly self-conscious.
After having my daughter, I am very nervous about how other kids will treat her because of how I look. I don't want her to be teased.
Number 7, Caitlin. A lot can go wrong on a float trip, and for this lady, it seemed like everything did. 2 years before her appearance on Botched, Caitlin fell off of a rope swing and smashed her knee on a rock ledge.
There's a bunch of rope swings and I fell off. It was about 10 to 15 feet that I fell.
Not only did she fracture her knee bone, but she was also left with a gaping wound, practically begging for an infection. And it got one. Caitlin nearly lost her leg in the process, and while the initial fix saved it, it left her knee looking pretty rough, with loose skin hanging around.
That is an absolute setup for an infection that will seed itself into the bone, cause osteomyelitis, and put you at great risk for losing your leg.
With time ticking away, the Botched doctors were able to revamp Caitlin's leg, giving her knee a much more natural look than when she first limped in.
You not only changed my life physically, but you have just like my well-being and everything as well.
Number 6, Jessie. This woman's decision to get breast augmentation came as a result of feeling insecure after she was cheated on not once, but twice. However, after her first surgery, the rejection came from an unexpected source, her own body.
Busted open.
So they just pull it out?
Yes, probably about a month later, I had tremendous sharp pain going on.
The implants ruptured through her skin, leaving Jessie with only one breast for several years. It was now up to the Botched doctors to fix the situation.
Jessie should never have had such large implants put in the first place. Her left implant, although it never exposed, still has a very significant complication.
Though the first surgery seemed to go well, the implant ruptured again and had to be taken out. Ironically, this left Jessie with thicker skin, literally giving the doctors sufficient material to reconstruct her breasts. At least that's one less rejection she has to worry about now.
Now I gotta look down and I have cleavage.
Number 5, Monica. After getting lip fillers in her 20s, Monica seemed to have been injected with a substance that was contaminated. This resulted in her developing a severe infection that needed more surgeries to correct.
My face looked so bad. I told her to stop. I woke up one morning and my lip was this size.
But instead of fixing the problem, these surgeries only made things worse, leaving her with uneven and painfully tight lips. Even smiling became a Herculean task.
Sometimes I want to smile and I think I get stuck.
To remedy the situation, Dr. Paul Nassif took some skin graft from her shoulder, which he used to give Monica a fuller upper lip. This, in addition to fixing the scarring around her chin, finally provided the solution that 20 previous surgeries failed to achieve, giving Monica back her ability to smile.
The more I stretch my lips while I smile, the more joy I feel. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just full joy.
Number 4, Shelly. Unlike most botched patients who come in to fix plastic surgery mishaps, Shelly's case was a vastly different story. Shelly came to the doctors with a gaping hole in her nose, the result of a rare form of skin cancer called morpheaform basal cell carcinoma.
My name is Shelly, and cancer has left me with a hole in the side of my nose.
Dr. Paul Nassif initially estimated it might take up to 5 surgeries to repair, but he managed to pull it off in just 4. Using ear cartilage and a skin flap from her forehead, Nassif was able to craft Shelly a new nose, complete with a healthy blood supply.
All right, let's chat. So there's one solution.
Okay.
That's a forehead flap.
In doing so, he didn't just rebuild her nose, he also restored her confidence and transformed her outlook on life.
My horror movie is over, and I'm back to being me.
Number 3, Kofa. Like Shelly, Kofa's troubles began with a medical condition.
My name is Kofa, and I live with sarcoidosis, which has left my face with skin and bones.
She had been living with sarcoidosis, an autoimmune disease that went undiagnosed for years and drastically changed her facial appearance. To boost her self-esteem, Kofa decided to get a breast augmentation, only to end up with uneven and misshapen results due to encapsulation.
And then I wake up one day in 2015, and my left breast is hard as a rock. So I went to the doctor, and they told me that it was encapsulated.
Clearly, this case required all hands on deck, as both doctors Terry Dubrow and Paul Nassif joined forces to give Kofa the extreme makeover she had been dreaming of. With a spanking new face and a new pair of breasts, Kofa was ready to hit the town, and best believe the town was more than ready to receive her.
My juicy face is back.
Number 2, Rasheera. Having been born with 2 extremely rare disorders, Rasheera came into the world without a right jawbone and ear. As a result, she had to undergo countless reconstructive surgeries, racking up over 100 procedures before finally meeting the Botched doctors.
I've had over 103 surgeries, and that was about every 6 to 8 weeks for a good 4 years.
These specialists worked their magic by replacing the missing tissue in her right ear with skin from her other ear and abdomen, then reshaping the ear to match the appearance to the left side.
The goal would be for him to actually assist me, try to do something with that ear to make it look more natural for you.
Yeah.
They also fitted her with a bone-conducting hearing implant on the right side to improve her hearing. For the final touch, the doctors injected fat from her stomach into her face to give her a fuller, more balanced look.
When I look in the mirror, I see someone that's beautiful from the inside out, a woman who is to be reckoned with, and that's going to live my life.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Hope. This mother of 2 was living a normal life until a horrific motorcycle accident left her with severe facial injuries.
It's been hard, but it's more important to me that my mom doesn't see herself as a monster anymore.
Even after 7 reconstructive surgeries, Hope was still displeased with all of the scarring on her face, which only fueled her insecurities. To make matters worse, she also had trouble breathing properly.
They did do a nose surgery. Just the scar tissue on the right side is just really a lot of scar tissue in there. Like if I had to rely on it to breathe, I'd suffocate.
The doctors at Botched were left with no choice but to turn her frown upside down. Literally. They assembled a powerhouse team of 6 surgeons who performed a fat graft to smooth out her scars and cleared her airway. Weeks later, the Botched team had succeeded in giving Hope a far less scarred appearance and a lot more hope for the future.
I'm excited about life for the first time in a very long time.
Are you a big fan of Botched? What are the most unbelievable transformations you've seen on the show? Let us know in the comments below.
Thanks to Dr. Nassif, I can eat, drink what I want, and speaking is so much easier.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.